Hi, my name is Brandy Vigasa, and today we'll be going over a video presentation here for nervous tissue potentials. So we'll move into first axon. So this picture here, you can see pretty clearly, that shows us the three main regions of a motor neuron. So basically the axon here is a long, thicker extension off of the soma that approaches the motor neuron's target cell, which can be anywhere from a few millimeters away to over a meter away. So its role is to conduct a strong electrical signal called an action potential from the soma to the target cells to elicit a response from them. So again, action potential here, and it's long and thick extensions. We can see them here. So this picture is kind of showing both. So this whole section here. We'll move into kind of resting potential here. And you can see they're a little bit more stable, negative electrical charge, and a good example or would be the dendrites. So the good definition here is the stable negative electrical charge across the membrane of a neuron when it's at rest. So big thing there. Kind of the mechanism here is to maintain by the sodium-potassium pump, which uses ATP to actively move 3 sodium ions out of the cell for every 2 potassium ions it pumps in, and by the passive diffusion of ions through leaked channels. So the dendrites are a series of widespread branch extensions off the soma that receive signals in the form of neurotransmitters from other neurons. These signals are then conducted along the dendrites towards the soma in the form of electrical signals. So I look at that example and see right here, so they're really the branch is kind of off here. It would be the visual on that one. So again, remember negative electrical charge is a huge thing there. We'll move on to kind of the local potential. So a little small, temporary, and a good thing is soma. So you can kind of see that here. It'd be really that space right around here. Don't confuse it for that circle that's around there, but for the space around, kind of that negative space. So kind of the definition for this one is a small, localized, and temporary change in the membrane potential caused by a stimulus, such as a neurotransmitter binding to a receptor. The soma is a central control for the cell. It frequently is a stellate in appearance, so star-shaped. So you can kind of see it kind of looks a little bit like a star. And contains a nucleus, which is a circle, and other organelles we typically find in any cell in terms of communication. The soma's role is to receive information from its dendrites, integrate that information, and potentially transmit a response down the axon to its target cells. So it occurs on the dendrites and the cell of the neuron. So you can kind of see there again. So it creates a star as a big kind of indicator there. And yeah, move on. So that's what we got. Awesome. Thank you. Have a good night.